Hello again, friends and loyal WulffPack members. Chaos Ruffian, welcome back to the Elite Dangerous Beyond beta server. Today we are going to be taking a look at an A-rated Chieftain. That's right, we had a look at it stock last time around, but now we're going to go and see just how much better this ship gets with a little bit of money thrown in there. And speaking of money, I did actually go and forget to mention how much the Chieftain cost last time around. Well, silly me. As you can see, it is 18.9 million, all but the kicking and screaming to buy stock. And bearing in mind, this is without a Liongri discount, so you can get it for cheaper, although not hugely much cheaper. Alrighty, so here we go, back in the outfitting department. As we can see, we've got some different weapons set up on this ship today. What we have is 2 advanced plasma accelerators. I did test this out with standard accelerators, standard plasma accelerators, but I did find that they generated just a lot of heat on the relatively small frame of the ship. So we've gone for 2 advanced plasma accelerators to fire more often and generate less heat per shot. We have a Seeker missile rack just for the fun of it and for small annoying ships, as well as 3 small beam lasers. We're going to see how well this works. If it doesn't work, that's fine. It's the beta. We don't really care. On to the utility mounts. We have a chaff launcher, a heatsink launcher, and 2 shield boosters. Normally, I'd swap out one of these shield boosters for a kill warrant scanner or a manifest scanner or whatever the hell I was doing at that particular time. But considering that it's just the beta, we're sticking with 2 shield boosters, and not everybody likes to run with the scanners anyway. Okay, moving into the core internals, as you can see, we have military-grade composites, just because I want to see how manoeuvrable this ship is once we've added a lot of weight to it. So we have the military-grade composites, we have the best power plant and thrusters, both Class 6, the best frameshift drive, Class 5, a D-rated life support and sensors, and A-rated power distributor. And that leaves us with a 14.9 light-year jump range, which goes up to 15.1 when we are low on fuel, which is the maximum potential jump range we have. Not including supercharged cone boosts from white dwarfs and neutron stars, however. Moving into the optional internals, we have a 5A shield generator, a 5A shield cell bank, a 4A fuel scoop, because I like having fuel scoops on all my ships, because I don't want to have to keep calling fuel rats out all the time. A 2A frameshift drive interdictor, and a 2G planetary vehicle hangar, because we are planning to use this ship a little bit later on a live stream. And in the 3 military compartments, we have 2 hull reinforcement packages and 1 module reinforcement package, all D-rated. Now that is our combat setup. What you guys have been asking me, however, is what is the maximum potential jump range for this ship unmodified? So let's go and have a look at a ship I've set up for exploration, biggest air quotes possible. And here it is. First of all, we'll have a look in the hardpoints. As you can tell, we've got absolutely nothing here. Utility mounts, we have 2 heatsink launchers for, well, whenever we're overheating, which is always a nice thing to have if you're out exploring. Taking a look into the core internals, we have the standard lightweight alloys, a 2A power plant. We also have 5D thrusters, which are the lightest that we can use. You can go all the way down to 4Cs, but anything below that will just not move your ship at all. Next, we have obviously the best frameshift drive, lightweight life support, and a 2A power distributor. I'm pretty confident that this will allow you to boost still. I haven't tested it, but 9 times out of 10 that should allow you to boost. We've also got a 2D sensor suite. On to the optional internals, we have a 5A fuel scoop. The second class 5 slot I've left empty for the moment, and I'll explain why just now. We also have a 4D shield generator, which is the smallest shield generator that this ship can actually equip. We've also got both the advanced discovery scanner and the detailed surface scanner. Unfortunately, any other slots down here are all restricted to either reinforcement packages of one description or another, or shield cell banks, which are really not useful in this situation. And this is why I have left this second class 5 slot empty, because we have a bit of a choice to make right now. We can either go for an auto field maintenance suite, or we can go for a planetary vehicle hangar, but we cannot have both. That's right, it's the same choice we used to have to make in the Downback Explorer before it got buffed with an extra internal slot. So at the end of the day, you can explore in the Chieftain, but you are going to have to sacrifice either an auto field maintenance unit or a planetary vehicle hangar. You cannot have both. Theoretically, you could drop off the detailed surface scanner, but in that respect, you will never get your name on anything. So there are decisions to be made. You could even go without a shield generator if you are feeling brave, which I do not recommend. But one of the questions is how much jump range does this give us, and that gives us a 25.11 light year jump range. What you can see as well is that it gives us 25.73 light year jump range when we are low on fuel, which is not bad for a stock ship, because don't forget we can modify this at the engineers to give us a much greater jump range, and I'm guessing we can get this to around about, with the old system, I would guess around about 32 to 34 light years worth of jump range. But with the new engineering system coming in, with all the experimental effects for every module, I'm pretty sure that we're going to be seeing a lot greater jump ranges for all our exploration vessels. But anyway, that's enough for this particular build. Let's go and have a look and see how manoeuvrable our combat build is out in real space. And here we are outside the station. Now, as before, we're going to go and see just how well this thing accelerates from a standing start. As you can see, it accelerates a lot faster than it did before. Its top speed is 259 meters per second, which doesn't seem that much faster than its stock comparison, though bear in mind we have kind of weighed this down with a lot of armor. Next, we're going to go for a boost. And the top boost speed that we seem to be getting to is, let's see, 372 meters per second, which is definitely not slow, but it's also certainly not one of the fastest ships out there. Next, let's see just how quickly this thing decelerates. Now that seems a lot better than it was previously. Now the next thing I want to go and see is just how well this thing pitches. We've already seen the boost starts, and I'm pretty sure that it's not going to be too different now that we've upgraded it. But now that we're in the sweet spot, let's go and see just how well this thing pitches. Wow, this thing pitches extremely well, and we do seem to still maintain our full forward momentum. There we go. Now, the next thing I want to know is how fast can we turn this thing around? So let's just go and see, shall we?
Flight assist off. Flight assist on.
And there we go. Very, very quick to get around, though we are able to get our engine capacitor recharged completely before we're allowed to hit boost again, so we can just keep hitting boost and never need to stop. So as soon as it comes off cooldown, we're able to use it again, which is very, very nice. Now, one of the questions I see fairly often are, do the nacelles swivel? Well, I can say, no, they do not. Though, when we are slowing down, the reverse thrust does come out of each of the individual nacelles and not from the air intakes either side of the cockpit. The only time that the engines do indeed go and swivel is when we are deploying the landing gear. And that is only from the rear nacelles dropping down to deploy the rear landing gear. Though, the rear engines still do work when they are in this position, which seems a little bit weird to me. Personally, I'd like to see it if the rear nacelles were deactivated when the landing gear was deployed. But that's just me. But that's enough for looking at the outside of this ship. Let's go and see how this thing works in combat. Oh, and look at this, we're getting interdicted. We don't even have to make it all the way to the resource extraction site. Oh, how nice of you. Oh, you don't like that, do you? Let's get those shields down, shall we? And if you get close enough, we can start using our plasma accelerators. This is going to be nice. The question is, what are... Oh, you know what? Let's get rid of the Cobra first.
Flight assist on.
Let's get rid of this guy. Reduce the amount of guns firing back at us.
Heat sink deployed. Flight assist.
You're definitely not going to be enjoying this, are you? Yep, you've got no countermeasures against my missiles, have you? And yes, I took the missiles just because I find them fun, and I don't like little ships that I can't hit with my plasma accelerators. Ah, we lost our shields. That's not fun. Oh no, Sonny Jim, you're not getting away. There we go, that's both of them down. We did end up with a little bit of help from the fuzz, but yes, I'm a little out of practice. So, give me the benefit of the doubt here. Right, now after a quick rearm and repair, we are in the resource extraction site, and we have our first target. So, let's go and see just how well he likes an upgraded Chieftain. He doesn't seem to like it overly much, I've got to say. Yeah, he definitely doesn't like it, especially when he collides with us. Get on his tail, and he's not going to like having a pair of plasma accelerators up his jacksy, is he? And there he goes. There we go, another wanted down back. Seems to be all we can find right now, isn't it? Yeah, he really doesn't like that at all, does he? And look at that, we now have a clipper to go and shoot at. At least I hope so. Please be wanted. It is indeed. As you can see, we can get a good amount of shots out with the advanced plasma accelerators before we run out of juice. Considering that I had actually forgotten to put pips into weapons there. And this ship is manoeuvrable enough to be able to keep this thing tracked with the plasma accelerators quite often. Now normally this ship does run a little bit warm with plasmas, but this is the advanced plasma accelerators, and these things don't generate half as much heat as standard plasma accelerators. Oh look, he keeps going for the ram. I think we'll oblige him. What do we think? You didn't like that, did you? And the one thing I have noticed about this ship is it does still tend to drift a good amount, but it's not bad. It's not unusable. Now we do have a wanted Anaconda, and we're going to try and snipe this thing's power plant. Unfortunately, I have no missiles available at the moment, because I did actually forget to put them back in. Let's try and cool this ship down a touch. Well, I say that, and then we go and just do that, don't we? Now, this guy is coming up behind us. Let's try and stay behind this guy as much as humanly possible. Whoa, hello, that was close. Getting a little bit close. You're not enjoying this, are you, Mr. Master Anaconda? And we have him. There we go. That is one dead anaconda. So, this has been a look at an A-rated Chieftain. I've got to say, it is a really nice ship in the heavy fighter role. I do like the convergence of all the hardpoints. It is really, really nice. It is extremely maneuverable, drifts just well enough to get around and be able to slide around asteroids and everything else. Not 100% certain if I made the correct choice in my hardpoint loadout, but I really did enjoy using it. The ship itself does run a little bit hot, but with engineered components that would be really easily dealt with. Now that's what I think about the ship. What I really want to know now is, what do you guys think? Let me know as always down in the comments, and I'll try to get back to as many of you as I can. Next, what we need to do is have a look at this thing modified, and that is going to be the next video on this ship. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of a pick-a-mix out of all the modules from my different existing engineered modules, which is basically going to be a grandfathered ship, pretty much. We're not going to worry about updating to the new system just yet. But anyway, that's going to be it for this video. I do hope you guys have enjoyed it. Like the video if you've liked it, dislike it if you didn't. You can also come and join our community on Facebook or Discord. Links are going to be in the video description. I've been Commander Chaos Wolf from Sci-Fi Gaming. You guys, as always, have been epic. I will see you soon. And until next time, my fellow commanders, keep flying and stay shining.